Thank you for watching Ebony Ladies in the DR. I'm your host, Bridget. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Gracias por mirar. Today I'm going to revisit the episode about purchasing a car. Not in depth because you know that video is already on here, but after being here or after having our car for a whole year now, then there's something I want to say that you should be aware of. Okay, here in Punta Cana we have the speed bumps, right? And the speed bumps, they're pretty intense, they're pretty big, they're pretty high, you know. So our car, we have a Ford Focus hatchback and it sits low to the ground. I do not ever recommend buying a car that is low to the ground if you plan on having more than 2 people in the car. So as you all know, our family was just here for an extended period, 2 months to be exact, and they were here, and so we had to, you know, we drove around, we went places, okay, but to just go in and out of Cocotao where we live, every time we would go over a speed bump, the car would literally just scrape. I mean, scrape. It sounds like the bottom of our car was just being torn apart, and that so much to the point that Davlin, you know, my cameraman, my husband, that he took the car and have it put up on the lift to look at the bottom of the frame, and it's all scratched up, but it's no damage or anything like that. But hearing that noise makes you cringe, and it makes it feel like over time that, you know, it is going to be harmful to the car. So I would suggest, especially, and also if you're going to be traveling, because when we travel to different parts of this, different parts of the island, like Barahona, specifically Barahona, they have dips, deep dips in the concrete. In Igwe, they have dips in the concrete, and it's to get people to slow down. So where they did not put at the high speed bumps, they did the dips in the street to make you slow down. So we cannot go straight across the dip with our car. You'll see, and it's not just us, because I still don't see how people here buy the low Porsche, because there are quite a few Porsche here in Cocotao. There are quite a few Maseratis that are lower than Fords, expensive, really nice cars that are really low to the ground, and I'm just like, how are they enjoying these cars with all of this scraping, especially when you're traveling? Okay, so when we go to Igwe or to Barahona, we do the dips in the ground. You can't go straight. You have to literally put your car at an angle, and you'll see cars in front of you, and you're wondering, like, why are they going at an angle? Why are they holding up traffic? It's because the car is low and it's going to scrape. So for people who are moving here to the island, anywhere in the island, not just Punta Cana, because you're going to run into the dips and the speed bumps wherever you go, I would suggest getting the most economical SUV that you can. Now, not all SUVs are created equal, because my neighbor, he actually just bought a brand new Mazda SUV, and it sits low to the ground, and so he scrapes because all of his family was here. They're originally from Canada, but they're all here, his son, his sister-in-law, her husband, and all of that. And so he complained about how the car scraped. Now this is a brand new SUV he just bought. He's like traumatized that it scrapes, even with him and his wife in the car. So his is that low, but it was him and his wife, as well as some supplies that they had in the trunk. So their trunk was full of things because they're rehabbing their house, right? So he scraped. So instead of, you know, trying to sell this new car and get another one or take it back and lose money, he's going to put bigger tires on the car to lift the car. Well, that was the plan, right? So he went to the dealerships and to the car auto parts store, and because of the make and model, it's a brand new car, the tires have I guess they would be called the lug pattern or something, that he's not able to just buy a bigger tire and put on the car. So he is very disappointed, very upset that he is stuck with this car, that whenever he has a full load of people, 4, or has 2 people and supplies, heavy equipment or things like that, then the car scrapes. So I would say get look at the different SUVs. If you're in the process thinking about buying a car right now, look at the different cars, and when you are behind them, if you're in Cocotal or if you're, you know, in Higüey and you see the road dips, look at the cars that are comfortably passing over these obstructions in the ground and see which ones are navigating them in a good way, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm in that whole process, because like within the next couple of months we're planning on getting us a SUV. Yep, we're gonna be a 2-car family, baby. What? Okay, so we are looking, but I notice everything now. If I see a car that goes straight on and I don't hear it because I will have the windows down, I'm listening to see if their car scrapes. But I'm watching how they go over the speed bumps. I'm watching how they do the dips in the road to see if they're maneuvering them comfortably, because that's going to be the kind of car I want. I really want to get me like an old Jeep Liberty, or you know, our whole process of or our thought pattern of getting the car that we got was something low, because you know we have Bella's our baby, and we didn't want to have something high where she couldn't jump in, because if you know, like Bella's a child lap mix, and their hips and arthritis, and she can't do a lot of jumping, and she's going to get older, me and Davlin are going to get older, so we might not be able to pick up her 55 to 60 pounds. So that was gonna, you know, that was our way of thinking why we got a lower to the ground car. But now that we know, bad idea. So we are going to, as her arthritis gets bad, or gets, you know, worse, or if she starts to have joint problems where she's not able to jump in and out of the new car if it is too high, you know Davlin, he's a carpenter. He's going to build that baby some steps to be able to let her get in and out of the car with ease and not hurt our back, where we'll be having to pick her up all the time. And plus it'll be like a little SUV, so we'll have space in the back, because Davlin's really good at that kind of thing. I'm sure he's going to make us something really sleek and compact that is going to be perfect. So once we do that, I'll post it and show you all what we came up with. But yeah, right now we are in the planning stage of getting a second car, and now, you know, and I'm definitely gonna go back to where we bought our first car, because I felt pretty good about it. You know, we bought our car in San Pedro de Macorís, which is just about 45 minutes from Punta Cana, maybe an hour from Punta Cana, and go back and do it all over again. You know, we're gonna pay cash. I'm not trying to finance anything, because I'm not trying to get anything fancy. Still gonna be something used that I can afford to pay cash for. But that's just something. Now I wish there would have been a video like this to tell me do not buy that low car, especially living in Cocotal, because the front gate, the back gate, a couple of places around through in the inside, the interior of the perimeter, there are dips in the road, there are high speed bumps that we scrape over. And the same thing with our with the golf cart. There's no choice with the golf cart, because it is what it is. But you know, we try not to be on the perimeter. We try to stay on the golf trail, and use the golf cart after hours when they're not playing golf. But the same thing is gonna scrape if you're on the perimeter and you have to, you know, not be on the trail during that time. But that's why I make these videos, so that you all can avoid some of the trial and errors that we have gone through living here in Punta Cana. Just, you know, just simple things that people don't know and don't think about, because we didn't have the massive speed bumps in Houston, and we didn't have the dips in the road that would literally tear your car up like they do here in Punta Cana. So it's a different world, it's a different country. So you live and you learn, but you also find a smart, informative YouTuber that cares about you and that wants to share all of the good information. So that's why I'm here. Don't forget to please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. This is Bridget on YouTube, Ebony Ladies in the DR, every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just bringing you that little bit of information that you'll be like, dang, that was good. I'm glad she shared that. That's what it's all about. So I'll keep the videos coming. Keep tuning in and watching. Until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later.